which is protecting our digital future. Cybersecurity essentials for individuals and organizations. And this will be presented by Mr. Victor Idono. He's the MD CEO of Upgraded Era Solutions Limited. Yeah, so Sir Victor, you are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Is that what? Oh, now? Oh. Interesting.
All right, I don't know
Yes, it shows now.
Okay, good evening, everyone. And welcome to today's meeting. I'm Victor Idono by name. So, we'll just do this. In order not to take too much of our time, this evening I'll be speaking on protecting our digital future, cybersecurity essentials for individuals and organizations. First off, we may all have been conversant with the word cybersecurity. And globally, October every year, we observe the Cybersecurity Awareness Month. Why do we do that? Basically, cybersecurity is considered to be our shared responsibility, and it's not a responsibility of, let's say, only the IT department. Everybody is involved, even down to our individual homes. Cybersecurity is our responsibility. Take, for example, our children. We will all agree that some features on our mobile devices, tech devices, we do wonder how our kids get to operate them without anybody teaching them. In as much as they have this technology at their fingertip, they also are exposed to the dangers and the threats that come with the use of such technologies. So that's where we're looking at the topic today, protecting our digital future and the essential cybersecurity for individuals and organizations. So let's look at Nigeria, for example, which is our immediate environment. Nigeria is rapidly digitalizing governance and services. With transformation comes risk, cyber threats to citizens' data, and to public infrastructure. We all agree today that in our various offices, whether we like it or yes, in the past couple of months and a few years, there has been this heavy drive towards technology. We are deploying technology in basically every aspect of our industry. In fact, some organizations have totally moved from paper to less paper, some even to paperless, where you get to in organizations, unlike the regular ways of passing just files, organizations are now receiving paper files and emails, transmitting them, even generating everything e-copy. So yes, Nigeria is moving to the digital future, and as not only Nigeria, the world entirely is moving. It is also our individual responsibility to ensure that we are moving in line with technology. Because the truth of the matter is, if you do not move, you get left behind. So, why cybersecurity awareness matters? Over 80% of public sector breaches starts with human error, meaning human is the weakest link in the information security chain. For any breach to happen, if you look closely, you will realize that there's a human error somewhere along the line, and that alone amounts to over 80%. Phishing and ransomware remains the top attack vectors. I'm sure we are conversant with phishing email. It might not be every one of us, but at least we must have heard of the word phishing. Phishing emails, ransomware attacks, they are now prevalent on a daily basis. Then AI-driven scams are rising. Humans remain the weakest link. We all agree again that to AI. Every tech company in the world, they want to embed AI into their service by all means, because it's now the new trend. In fact, if you're not implementing AI in what you're doing, you're lagging behind because the person using AI is way ahead of you. So our ability to understand AI, deploy it, and use it wisely is also important. And to that, let's not also forget that AI is not just only being used for the good stuff that we're currently using it. E.g., if someone was spending time to craft, let's say, 2 phishing emails in 10 minutes, with advent of AI now, someone can craft more genuine emails, over 50 in less than a minute, by simply prompting it properly, hitting the enter word, and automatically the emails are generated. And these look more authentic, more original. So take, for example, if someone successfully gained access to your email, he can feed your email into an AI environment where the AI will be able to mimic and learn the way your tone of writing emails, your tone of communicating with people. And by the time the AI is generating emails in your place, it will look so original and authentic. Next is awareness for every civil servant, whether you are an individual, you are a civil servant, you are a staff of an organization. The awareness is necessary for every one of us, and that is why we're here. So the cyber threat landscape covers from our children to individuals to MDAs to government. MDAs can be organizations and government. So for individuals, for children, for example, children are also targets when it comes to cyber attacks. They are not left out. So threats targeting children entails one, online predators, strangers posing as peers on social media. We all agree that a lot of persons today are now acting like they are kids so as to befriend children, either to get information from them or get something that they can use to blackmail them. Take, for example, earlier this, about 2 months back, there was a case that got to my desk where a student in Unilab was chatting with someone online who is supposedly a guy, and somehow the conversations went she wanted money, the other person at the other end wanted uh, emotional content in exchange for the money he wants to pay. At the end of the day, he was able to convince the girl to send her nudes, which she did in exchange for a sum of, she requested for 600,000. The person promised her 500K, and she sent her nudes. In order to also prove that she is original, the person requested that she should take a school ID card, let her face and the school ID card show, to be sure that, okay, it's not someone else's content, she's just speaking and she's sending to him, which the girl obviously did as requested. After sending those content, that's when reality done. Automatically, the games changed, and instead of him offering to transfer the 500, it's now a case of, first, you're going to send me 100,000, else I'm going to post your video and your ID in your group, on your school Facebook group and all that, and social media. And the threats began. That's when she started running up and down, trying to look for how she will make report and all that. And the guy categorically told her, if you make any report, the more you report, the more the content will spread on social media. And this was how, in reality, the guy actually published the pictures Okay. So all of these are things we need to put into consideration. Next is identity theft. We all agree, especially in Nigeria, is more prevalent during election period. You will see different social media accounts representing different people. There is a lot of identity theft and using personal data to open even bank accounts. These days, we all agree that with the internet banks, the mobile banks appearing, the likes of OPay, MoneyPoint, and all that, someone can easily create an account without even a BVN, and you will have an actual account number, which is what most scammers use to perpetrate their evil act in terms of collecting money from victims, and they go to a POS point to withdraw. So using personal data to open bank account also exists. Ability for us to ensure that we keep our credentials safe is important. Next is social media scams. These are scams targeting us with fake giveaways and influencers. Even in Nigeria today, there are cases where known celebrities have been used by scammers to promote fraudulent content, to promote fraudulent get rich quick schemes, the Ponzi schemes and co. And at the end of the day, when it flops, that is when you will see the influencers come and start apologizing that they were not aware that that's what the platform is all about and all of that. So these are also threats targeting individuals. Next, we have ransomware, encrypting personal files, devices for payment, your files on your devices, or locking you out entirely. That is basically the work of ransomware, and these are attacks targeting individuals. Then crypto and investment fraud, Ponzi schemes with fake trading apps, etc. For those that are into crypto, they come across different apps on daily basis. The moment you load in money, your money keeps depreciating. You don't know where it's going to. You are never winning. You're always losing. Meanwhile, before you imputed or even funded your wallet, you were making profit. When especially during there's a demo account and there's a real account. In the demo account, you realize you're making so much profit. By the time you fund it, you realize it's losses you keep making until you get frustrated and you leave the platform. So threats targeting businesses, organizations, ministries, departments, and agencies. Number one on the list is business email compromise. As an organization, there are a lot of compromise that can occur. A lot of organizations till date, you can still realize that you can send malicious email or fake emails to staff users. So in this case, someone can mimic and send you an email that claim to originate from another staff or even a higher management staff of the organization. So business email compromise is one of the leading threats targeted at organizations, MDAs, in Nigeria and basically globally. Next is ransomware, locking government systems. Ransomware is still very much in the system, is still very much affecting organizations and infrastructures. So as much as possible, we should have in mind that this threat still exists and ensure we are putting resources in place and of course, requirements in place to mitigate against such kind of threats. Next, we have the insider threats, insider leak or data theft. A disgruntled employee in your organization can cause a lot of havoc, even way more disastrous than an external person, because he or she has more access to data and is trusted by the system. So he or she can easily bypass security controls put in place. Next, we have cloud misconfiguration, exposing data. A lot of times it's easy to check whether an application is working, forgetting whether it is safe or secure. Then we have phishing campaigns, fake salary increment forms, etc. I'm sure you must have received once in a while a fake email, either purporting to come from your system administrator that your email account is full, you need to clear out some more so that you can continue receiving emails. Or you're getting a salary increment. To validate that, you need to do something. The phishing email is requiring you to carry out a specific action. And normally it comes with a sense of urgency. You need to act now and as soon as possible. If you don't act now, in fact, everything will go sour. So there's that sense of urgency in every phishing email. So in most cases, if you come across any email that is requiring that sense of urgency, you need to take a pause, step back, and reassess what you want to do before proceeding further. Then we have infected USB drives spreading malwares. This is no longer that much of a threat in the sense the use of USB drive is beginning to die down because currently people can easily send emails or send files via Google Drive, Google, Dropbox, OneDrive, and all of that. So, but again, the threat still exists. We also look at AI deepfake calls mimicking government officials. Do we agree that AI are now being configured to serve as agents, customer service reps? And in as much as this is applicable in the organizational environment, it's also very much prevalent when it comes to phishing, when it comes to cyber attacks with phishing and smishing. Phishing is cyber attacks carried out through voice call. Someone can call you purporting or acting to be your system admin, trying to help you to do something. And while requesting for XYZ data, in reality, you're providing your data to a fraudulent source. So what is phishing versus business email compromise? There's actually there are distinct differences between both. One, the phishing is mass attack. Phishing has no specific target. If you want to carry out a phishing email, for example, you send the email to as many users as possible. And anybody that responds becomes a target. In most cases, do we agree that most phishing emails come with some character misspellings, words that are wrongly spelled? Why do they have such kind of words? Any answer? Is it that it's deliberate or is because they are not knowledgeable enough to identify that there are errors in their messages? The simple reason to that is it's a way of automatically sieving the learned people from the ones that don't pay attention to details. So if I send a mail deliberately with errors, the intelligent people would notice it and would not react. So first of all, they don't like dealing with intelligent people. They want people who don't pay attention to details. So anybody that responds to them automatically, they are aware that, okay, this person is not that intelligent, or he or she is not paying attention to detail. Then why business email compromise? They target attacks. And the attacks are targeted, the attacks are specific. They identify an individual, they craft an email with a situation around that individual. There is not generic. So they are specific with what they are coming for. So if you fall prey to it, it's specific. That is why it's a business email compromise. For phishing, the goal is to steal login details and data. Why for business email compromise is to trick the victim into sending money or data. There's a case that was just concluded recently, and it was on the media, was it last week? In the UK, a Nigerian was arrested. I think about a year plus ago. He was able to gain access into a university's infrastructure and basically a business email compromise. He gained access into a staff email. He was able to go through the email and understand that the kind of emails that were going out. And at that time, there were contractors that were working for the school. So this guy was able to use one of the staff first change of payment details to one of the contractors. And the contractors on the other end, he got access to the contractor's email and requested that subsequent payments should go to a particular account that they've changed. And the contractor have delivered the job, who now made payment to the wrong source, of course, to the this guy's account, about $250,000. He received the money, and of course, it was the way they do, lavishing, spending, buying this, buying that, and he was busy flexing the money, not knowing that the US government and the UK government, the victim were in US, while he was in the UK flexing and enjoying his money. It took about a year for the FBI coupled with all of the law enforcement agencies to track him down, and he was arrested in the UK. And of course, the report came public. So as much as possible, the goal for business email compromise is to trick victims into sending money or data. Like the case that I just mentioned, he was able to trick the school to pay money to a wrong source. Next is, for phishing, the examples includes updating your BVN information, updating your password, updating your date of birth, etc. While for business email compromise, it is a DG or a management staff requesting you to make payment or do an urgent transfer. It basically requests for a transfer. While for phishing, another key difference is the key defense, it is to verify sender before clicking. But for business email compromise, always ensure that you confirm your request through another channel. It's not just enough to say, okay, because I've received an email requesting me to change payment plan or payment recipient. It's enough. It's also better you put a call through or you verify through another source. So threats targeting government, we have nation-state sponsored attacks, that is foreign actors stealing intelligence. There was a case that happened late last year. This may not be a case of a nation state, but there were foreigners in Nigeria who were committing cybercrime here in Nigeria. There was a case I was personally involved where there was a raid and over 117 nationals were arrested. They rented a building. The whole building, they were basically occupying. They don't come on in this Abuja. They also had a center here in Jabi. So they had Nigerians who come in, do cleaning and do cooking for them. They market, people who do cleaning and everything for them. They are just indoors, engaging in all manner of cybercrime. All foreigners. Funny enough, they were from different countries, Philippines, Chinese, Brazil, all of that. And a good number of them, if not all, were illegally in Nigeria. In other words, their visa into Nigeria had long expired. They are just in the system, committing fraud. And remember, this is tarnishing Nigerian image, because to the global community, these attacks are coming from Nigeria and they are being carried out by Nigerians. So these, you never can tell, it may even be, yes, they were caught. Okay, they were actually raided. We recovered a lot of equipment. We did forensic audit on them. They were charged to court. At the end of the day, they were sent to prison. Some have been bailed. So immediately after bailing, they are deporting. Others are still in prison to like now, because there are various nationals, embassies and all had to come. The ones they could build. The number is even much. It's even overwhelming for the embassies themselves. So it was really a tough one then, because they are foreigners.
Foreigners.
Yes.
I was just making a thing around Jabi. So I just entered our so they are looking at me. And so the receptionist now said that this hotel for Chinese. I just want Chinese. And I can read out. Firstly, I just came out. And there's an hotel after that week.
Please, I would like to know that hotel, because this is the same thing they actually did here. It's a Chinese hotel. Yes. Yes. True.
You will see the boys. You start to this boys, the young boys. You know, the young boys that what I've graded, I've seen them. The one they're going to restaurant to eat, they carry pack of juice. Either you see them, they are in pack of chivita or pack of Lapodandia. That's what they drink in restaurant.
Yeah.
That's what they put in pack. They're going to pay more money to their front. You say that those boys, they are strikers. And they are also
yes.
But you know that our system is the one that is so corrupt that
Honestly.
what
Is-
is to say to them? It takes grace of God.
Policemen know, they just.
Police people want to work. Let's start work.
Yes.
Because I've had an issue of a friend. I've had an issue of a friend that was in Canada. When he came to Nigeria, he came for an event in Nigeria. They raided, they trapped him. When he went back, they trapped his family. So when the people that he had come back, they started calling him, call his family, call everybody in their house. You understand? Call everybody in their house. He was shocked. They now try to impose things that were not. So when he called the AIG,
Yes.
in less than 24 hours. This thing happened in Delta State. In less than 24 hours, they tracked the boy down to Pesta. Because they said they really want to see, they want to Pesta in less than 24 hours. Well, they can't use one for if they want to, they really bring out things. You'll be so amazed.
If okay. If they want to work is so easy, is sometimes is the willingness to actually do the deal. What these foreigners do, they can take a whole full building. The base is a hotel, is a restaurant, but at the top, different things are happening. They are running gaming site, they are running Ponzi scheme and all of that. So it's a lot easier. And funny enough, they recruit Nigerian police to even protect and guard those locations.
Now they don't know what they are
They
doing.
don't know exactly.
So
They are just protecting, and in the name of now white people that are here and those. So next is critical infrastructure attacks. The power, the telecom, and the transport systems. This can also be a target for government, for organization. There was a time, was it last year, where all telecom providers were having issues, all because some cables were affected deep down sea and all that. So it means if Nigeria can be cut off the internet, if there's anything, some of the targets one should look at is identify those cables. If you can do anything to them, it means the entire nation is off grid. So another attack targeting government is disinformation campaign, fake news to influence policy. Especially during election period, you will see different news flying around town. And the fake news sometimes even more convincing and prevalent
spontaneously
than
the same thing.
So fake news is also fake news, fake campaign, disinformation is also a strong weapon against government. Sometimes they become, if you're not careful, they can use fake information to turn the people against the government or the government against the people. So it all depends on the motive. They will also have cyber terrorism, where attacks are simply aimed at causing public panic or havoc. There can be attacks that are targeting public. For example, when COVID-19 came up, the effect was not really on Nigerians. However, the figures we are seeing, we are making everybody in this our Nigeria, we are not seeing people yet. The figures we are seeing is just so. But anyways, everybody have their own opinion on that. Next is data manipulation. Altering public databases or records can also be threats targeting government. So best practices for organizations, ministries, departments, and agencies. As much as possible, ensure you verify every email or message before you click. Every email you receive, even WhatsApp links you receive on your phone, verify before you click. There have been a case that got on my desk. It's actually a law enforcement WhatsApp group. One of the admins was compromised, and the guy simply removed all other admins. And there was nothing they could do to retrieve that group back. And there are a lot of vital information, confidential information that have been shared on the group. Simply like from where we mentioned earlier, human is the weakest link. Somebody who was weak or who allowed himself to be weak. So always verify whether it's a link, There is this one that was trending at a point. Someone will call you. There has been a Zoom meeting that has been scheduled for 7 p.m. We are sending you your custom code. Once it comes to your phone, you just let us know so we activate your account for you. That a bid in an attempt to break into your WhatsApp and log you out. Next is lock computers when unattended. As much as possible, always ensure, for example, your PC. If you're standing up, ensure you lock it. There, you can even put in a timer. Once it's 1 minute and nobody is there, it should automatically lock. These are things you can put in place to ensure whatever is on your screen per time is not exposed to unauthorized access. Then report suspicious behavior or system issues to IT department. Do not use personal email for official work. Regularly update all systems and softwares. A lot of times we use our official email to open social media accounts, to open accounts that are not related to work. We should deviate from that. Then ensure we train our staff continuously, even carry out cybersecurity awareness for our children at home. Advise your children as you're giving them words of wisdom. Also give them cybersecurity tips that will ensure their safety. Protect children's devices with parental controls. Do we have parental control activated and enabled on our tablets which we give to our kids? If yes, if no, let's look into that. Even if you have a single tablet, you can have two profiles. One for yourself, another profile for the children. Whenever you want to hand over your tablet to them, let them sign into the children parental controlled account rather than the full account. Then backup important files weekly. As much as possible, try to do backup. For example, my phone, I back it up every now and then. If the phone gets missing, I'm not bothered. I just simply switch. First, my contacts are not saved. So talking about that for individuals, what we should do is do a self-risk assessment on your phone, on your device. What is the most important thing on this phone? If the phone gets missing, will I panic? Is it my mobile apps? If yes, if the phone gets missing, what is the first thing I should do? If you have all of this outlined, the moment your phone gets missing, for example, the most important thing is like a disaster recovery plan. You have prepared and you have a plan already for the disaster. When it happens, you don't panic. You already put your measures in place. If my phone gets missing, the first thing I will do is log into my email or log into my account and disable this, disable that, or whatever it is. So if you can self-risk assessment on your device, on your phone, on your laptop, if anything happens to that PC or that device, you're rest assured. Okay. Next is building a cyber-aware work culture. I'll be rounding up shortly. 1, report suspicious activities, encourage colleagues to verify before sharing. In other words, at the workplace, at home, always ensure we are promoting all of this. Avoid sharing work document on WhatsApp or personal email. Conduct short monthly cyber hygiene reminders. Recognize staff who practice good cyber behavior. Any question?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
You want to be a good speaker. Sorry. Yeah, not done. You want to be a good speaker. Good speaker. All right, thank you very much for
Thank you, sir.
insightful presentation. Looks like you just go on and on. That's at least bringing practical application of it to us. Yeah, if we have any questions, we can ask now. Can you mute your mic?
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Then our online audience too. I can see, is it Rotary Aisha? I see online. Rotary Mbolarinwa, iPhone 16. Rotary Mary AC. And Mr. Loyede. Yeah, does anyone have any questions for our speaker? on cybersecurity. All right. No. Okay. So we should be wary of how we respond to cyber manipulations, yeah, online. And we that have children also, it's our responsibility to bring it to their attention. What we know that's a threat for them. So that's all about cybersecurity. So thank you very much once again, Mr. Victor, for that.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Good evening. Well done. Thank you so much for this meeting. It's really impactful and educative. I just want to ask there's this question, I saw something about web scraping. And using web scraping to access certain information online from getting access to certain information and all that. How does this come into play about security? Because someone can just have access to the tool, web scraping, and use it to get some information, extracting some information from a mail, from sites and all that. Can they use that to attack or to infiltrate either personnel or other organization? Or does web scraping have effect on people's? I don't know if my question is really.
Yes.
If it's understood.
Yes, we answer them.
Yes,
Yes,
Come on,
okay. I understand your question. Thank you very much for that question. First, there is what we call OSINT, Open Source Intelligence. You can do OSINT. OSINT is any publicly available data on the internet. It can be on the internet, it can be online, it can be offline. In fact, I can identify where an organization dumps their waste bin every day, and I go there to do what we call dumpster diving, where I extract information as possible about the organization or whatever I can find. That is open source intelligence gathering. So when you now come to the web, whatever information you're using that to scrape or to gather is publicly available. So in as much as that's why there's this saying that what gets to the internet never leaves the internet. You should be mindful of what you post on the internet. And if you think I'll post today, tomorrow I'll take it down, even as little as a WhatsApp post. Personally, I'm very particular about what I post on my status. Because as you're posting on your status, you don't know how many persons have screenshot the image.
That's true.
That's true. A screen record of it, and they can post it anywhere. So not to talk of the one that is published on a website. You can use the tool to scrape any information about any person, and you can do anything you want to do with it. It is legal. Legal in the sense it is a public information. The person did not come into your private infrastructure to maliciously gain access to it. So it can be said to be publicly available. Why? If you do a Google search, it's available publicly. So anybody having access to it there's no crime in it. It is now your responsibility as an individual to be mindful of what you post online. And those kind of data, like I mentioned earlier, identity theft, someone can gather that data, strip all of that information, and do a duplicate of your identity. In business, there are cases where you can even pick a business idea that is thriving in a particular region, replicate everything they are doing there, come to Nigeria, and you even create same business model, and you are running it here. If you are not careful, you even blow more than the other person at the other side of the market. There's this trend that happens in there are these two brothers. Their business model is they identify a big brand and they come up with a competing business to that big brand. We are not doing what you are doing, but we are doing something that puts you on a competitive side. So the big organization will look at them, who are these guys trying to come up, and if you are not careful, It's a risk. If we allow them, you never can tell when they will get it tomorrow.
Like
So the
DSTV.
best thing, yes, let's buy them over. And these guys, what they are waiting for is just to be bought over. You go to them, you pay them the millions of dollars or the thousands of dollars. That's what they are after. They are not after even competing on the business market. They sell the business off, they look for the next one to go and start again. So it all depends on what the user wants to get from scraping data off the internet. It's your responsibility as an individual, as an organization, to be mindful of what you publicly post on the internet. Why the individual, you have no control over it once you get to the internet. It only becomes illegal if the person breaks into your private infrastructure or your privacy to gain access to that information. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much. I hope
Thank
that
you so much.
answers
That's
it.
explanatory. Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, because of the time, we won't go to, who is iPhone 16? Online, who is iPhone 16? Or could it be Olukayode? Is you? Oh, okay. All right. You're welcome. Okay. Yeah, so that's it. So for time's sake, so we quickly do house cleaning and just leave here like that. So thank you once again as speaker for today. Okay. The our guest, thank you for coming again. And I hope that the next meeting will be you are a member. The three of you were on a social meeting and I used to come today. That's fine. So it means that you are working together to each other. All right, welcome. Okay, what again? All right. Concerning our project, our club project, we agreed in the last meetings that we do our adopted school. We have visited the place and they wrote to us what they need in the school. And part of it is their toilets. They don't have any toilet that's working in that place. I think they have about 4 sections of toilets up and down, but all of them blocked, they couldn't use them. Then they talk of water also, though they have a tank that takes water from water board, but which is not enough to go around. They talk about the puppies that are unable to pay their PTA fees too, which is 3,500 naira per child per term. So that is 10,500 naira per session. They gave us a list of about 45 students like that. So, and what we actually agreed in the last meeting is that so that because of the money matter and how Nigeria is, so if you carry money and go and give people now, so it may be diverted to another thing. So we look at what we can actually do physically there and we'll be able to, even if we can pay school fees, at least it could be maybe for a few of them. But the toilets, we have not been able to get a plumber to that place to go and evaluate what the cost will be so that we know if it is maybe one we can do for now and others. Then their library to the computer room, they don't have a computer in that place. So within this week, we'll try as much as possible to get a plumber go there to evaluate it so that we know what we can do for the school. So we just appeal to all of us as we know that Rotary is for service to humanity. So when this come up, so whatever we can do to support the projects, so let us come up to do it. Yeah, then, okay, then we talk about Interact Club for school communities, staff school in Asokoro. We have written letter to them. We've not gotten a response from the place. So we'll follow up that one this week too, to see what we can get out of that. Right, I think that's the announcement I have. Yeah, unless if there's anyone from PAG, any announcement for general? Okay. All right, that's it. So thank you once again for coming to this meeting. I know we just do introduction of we that are. Okay.
This week, there are Rotary Alumni Week. Women members are put on death from Rotary, doctors, international, Nigerian. So this week, we're celebrating the entire week. ZC of our soul. I'll see, I'm inviting the club tomorrow to which club of general Father's Club. 6:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Abi.
No.
Oh, okay, Lakeside is
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chelsea, please come and join me to celebrate our alumni. We look at you, she's Charles.
Next
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
New Chelsea or Chelsea? The one central area.
Yes. It's 30% this one. Starting our day, and on Saturdays our hangouts. Saturdays our hangout at Lake Resort. from 6 a.m.
Where?
to
Lake?
Lakes.
Gariki?
Yes. So it's come and unwind with us.
What time?
Yeah.
On Saturday too.
Yes. Also, we're going to foundation work. We're supposed to do a project to the open zone, but we channel it to give to polio. So the minimum of everybody's contribution is $30 to give to polio, so that it will be a foundation for us to in respect of our.
It's no more a condition.
$10 is the 16,000 something.
Don't you cover won't give minimum. You know now, you start to become of difficult. I think
No, that's just 16,500.
doesn't matter. Don't
In
give
fact,
minimum.
that's
If one something is don't-
okay at the rate of okay. That's okay.
don't give minimum.
Our
Doesn't come from your mouth.
next Rotary International Area president is coming from Nigeria, Chico of Transamadi, on 2026, 27 Rotary year. So that's the only one we can support is to give to people to boost our country.
All right, oh.
Okay. All right, thank you very much for that.
I'll share with you guys now.
Okay.
Are you going to go like drinking?
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, the introduction, can we do the introduction from you, sir?
Really amazing to work. I'm thanking our duty on the public servants.
Thank you, sir.
My president is English Superior Idea. My name is the treasurer of God of this club. Classification, data management. Thank you.
My name is too long, but
I'll be Fritz.
My classification self
Jack of all trades. Mhm. Is it? Is that for guest? Okay, that's good. Madam,
You know your guest. No, she's not.
my guest, she's my guest. All of them are my guests.
Okay.
Even he is my guest.
Good evening, my president.
Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening, my president. Classification is human resource management. Thank you.
Okay, my guest from Mr. Aribola has introduced himself. This Miss Lydia Jagona. Yeah, she's into advertising. Eh? Okay. What is Wahala? Okay. Yeah, then we have Mr. Victor. Victor, you don't know. Yeah, the cybersecurity expert. He has presented today for us. I am Alabi Olusegun Sunday, the president, and I'm into ICT and multimedia. So thank you very much. So we on the guest. Yeah. Okay, so you don't have anything to toast today. So we just why don't we have anything today? So let us stand up as we
What did I say?
take the it's true. You didn't come on time, so we didn't appoint you. You came on time, you went out, you started. You come on time. You went out when we started. All right, let's do SAA. Please, can you help us coordinate, ma? Page.
Let's do one
The
more.
only one. Okay, I'll do 5,000 and also I'll send to the.
How much?
5,000. I'll send. Okay, thank you very much. So we can rise for the national pledge as we close this meeting. Right, 1, 2, go. I pledge to Nigeria, my country, to be faithful, loyal, and honest, to serve Nigeria with all my strength, to defend our unity, and uphold our honor and glory. So help me God. All right, so help us God. Yeah, thank you very much.